Thank you, Cassie. Well, it's time now for this week's Focus 50 Plus. In a day, we are looking at the shorter shelf life of decisions after 50. Dr. George Schofield, good morning.
How do you do?
So I think everyone wants to know, what are the components of a good life decision?
Well, actually, there are two pieces to it. The first piece is crucial, and that's a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to get swept along. But the second component is your ability to adapt, whether it's at work, or whether it's with your children, or whether it's with your grandchildren. These two pieces, planning and adaptability, are going to be crucial to making good decisions.
So how do decisions then after 50 differ from the ones before then?
Oh, well, they're quite different because we have a shorter shelf life for decisions. So when you were 25 and deciding to get married or begin a particular career or buy a house or travel or whatever those things were going to be, you actually had a 30-year horizon. Today, if you're 65, say, I doubt that you're going to be able to make another 30-year decision. So understand that there is simply a shorter shelf life to the decisions that we make, whether it has to do with work, whether it has to do with home, whatever it is, our residence, where we live, the decisions we make are less likely to stay made for a very long time as opposed to earlier in our lives.
So how do you cope with something like that then?
Oh, well, the big sacrifice to be made is you have to give up the notion there's such a place as there. Whew. I've got all the decisions, I've arrived, I'm there, it'll never happen to me again. I have a client who moved to take a job at age 55 because his company was sold. He was there 2 years, relocated, he and his wife. The new company was sold out from underneath him. He was an employee. So he had a hard time, but he had to adapt. The joke on me in my own life is that my wife and I once made a residential decision to stay near our grandchildren. Whew, that was decided. We were going to stay where we were. Less than a month later, one of my sons announced that he was taking a job in Southeast Asia. They were going to go for 2 years to Singapore. They went for 7. So that decision stayed less on my books for less than a month.
Oh my goodness. So you need to sort of be flexible, kind of.
You have to have a plan.
Yep.
You have to be able to adapt because so many more things after 50 we're going to be able to choose, but there are a lot more things that are going to happen to us, whether it's someone getting sick or someone moving away or our own interests. Those things are not going to have the same 30-year life that they did earlier in our lives.
Well, great advice. Once again, a lot to think about today. And as always, we appreciate you being here. And I know we will see you not next week, but the week after.
I'll be on the road next week, but I'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. Thanks so much. All right. We're back in a moment with more. Stick around.